What is intimacy? Welcome guys to another episode of The Relationship Theory with Zay, the emotional detective. Today I want to talk about intimacy. I was watching a video lately that was talking about the dark side of emotions of parenting, and it's all thanks to Teal Swan. A lot of her videos are super enlightening on just the state, the emotional state of the world today. Usually when we hear the words intimacy, we think things like, into me I see, a familiarity, a closeness, an idea, a concept, a relational way of being to somebody else. And all these meanings are fine and dandy. I have a personal take on intimacy. I think intimacy is the language of the heart. Intimacy, I believe, just engages all of the senses that we have in our day-to-day lives. Intimacy engages our ability to share with each other our lives, the moments that we've had, the experiences that we've had, and want to share with other people, just the way that we relate, the way that we understand the world that we live in. I believe intimacy takes care of all of this because it is a language in itself, right? Intimacy engages all five of our senses. It does. The ability to hear, the ability to see, the ability to feel, the ability to taste, the ability to smell. This is intimacy at its finest. I remember there was a post that it was asking, in a certain group that I'm on Facebook, it was asking about what it feels like to be truly loved by somebody. And my response to it was to feel heard completely, to be seen completely, to be felt completely, to be known completely, to be spoken to completely, as though I were known in full through all five senses. And I truly believe that intimacy, the one thing that is the most essential to human beings on this planet, is a lost language, and we need to regain it. But I believe, even though it seems like all hope is lost, that there is a way to reclaim this language. And it's going right back to our senses. Not senses like common sense, as people say is common. And indeed it is common, but I don't think it's the way that people presume sense is common. We're not talking about intelligence here. We're not talking about the mental state. We're not talking about IQ, EQ, none of that. If you can hear, if you can listen, if you have the capacity to just listen to somebody and not just to receive words resounding against your eardrum, the ability to listen to someone. And if you were to tell the story to someone else, you could, although it might be shaped in a way that you see the world, relate that world that someone shared with you to someone else in arguably the same fashion that they gave to you, right? And that's just with sound, that's just with hearing alone. I think that is a possibility with all the other four senses, right? If someone shared with you something that they saw, you should be able to, with intimacy as a true deep language of yours, be able to relate to someone else what someone else saw with arguably the same amount of detail. So it is with feeling, so it is with smelling, which I relate to knowing, so it is to speaking, which I relate to taste. Like, you should be able to do these things. I use the word should lightly, but when I speak about things that I believe are necessary to this world, and intimacy is a necessary language of the heart, I do not hesitate to use the word should. We need intimacy in this world. We need it. And we need to find them through our five senses. You need to be able to hear, see, smell, feel, taste. If you can do these properly, you'll be able to connect with anyone in the world. Anyone. Because we all have these senses, albeit some do have permanent disabilities against some of these senses. But in those cases, they're actually hypersensitive to every other sense that they still do have. I'd call those people gifted. So, I just want people to come away with this video today to really think about what they hear, how they hear, what they see, how they see, what they feel, how they feel, what they taste, how they taste, what they smell, how they smell. Because it's through these senses that you're able to connect with anyone else in the world. And we need that today. I'll catch you guys later.